Ze gaan voor die James Bond film de hele wereld over. Hè. Ze zoeken de meest exotische locaties uit om die film op te nemen. Maar voor deze film, The World Is Not Enough, is eigenlijk de meest bijzondere scène gewoon in Londen gedraaid. Op de Theems, de rivier. En dat is een plaats waar je eigenlijk normaal niet mag draaien. Daar zijn ze ook lang mee bezig geweest om daar toestemming voor te krijgen. Je ziet zelfs het hoofdkantoor van de inlichtingendienst van Engeland. En dat is ook nog nooit gebeurd. Daar hebben ze ook nooit toestemming voor gekregen om die in beeld te mogen brengen. Maar nu heeft het ministerie gezegd, James Bond is zo goed geweest voor Engeland, en dan bedoelt hij natuurlijk de films en de opbrengst en weet ik veel wat, dat nu moest de overheid ook maar eens een keer meewerken. En dus hebben ze in Londen een hele spectaculaire achtervolgingsscène op het water opgenomen.
Bond. James Bond.
They took this man who subsequently, funnily enough, made Bond in his own image. It wasn't particularly the Bond of the book. And I think that perhaps was the very thing that made the Bond a worldwide phenomenon, because I think Sean was the first big attraction that we ever had in a worldwide sense.
Cubby and Harry thought he was great. When they met him, they said they left the office, they looked out the window and he walked away down the street like a panther. And they said, boy, he's great. Look at the way he moves. And, you know, he had the right look about him.
All I can say is that the people that said it was going to be a huge success were liars, because nobody knew. And I think it's quite amazing that they're still going through today. I can only say that timing, I think, at the time to come out with something like that, it had a bit of oomph and looked a bit more glossy and upmarket than it really was, because it was made for less than $1 million.
You only live twice, or so.
I just remember Cubby and Harry being confident about recasting.
Good morning. My name's Bond, James Bond.
If you think you know your Bond, think again. This one's different.
What worries you most about taking on a multi-million-dollar movie like this?
Being able to do it well. That's what I'm hoping to be able to do. I just hope that my inexperience won't show.
Of course, they did bring Sean back for Diamonds Are Forever in 1970-71. But then it was felt that he really was not interested in pursuing any further, and so they went with Roger.
What Roger's good at is light comedy, charm, very English, and so on and so forth. He was never going to be able to murder or kill somebody like Sean, because when he did it, you expected somebody to shout lunch, and the dead man would get up and push off to lunch, you know. But when Sean killed somebody, he was dead.
Eventually, Timothy Dalton took over from Roger, and I think Timothy made a great success of it. He again made his own. He was his own man. He put his own style into the Fleming character.
It's a terrific part, and it's a part you know that given the right conditions that you
should be able to have a damn good shot at doing and making work.
There's nothing but playboys and tennis pros. If only I could find a real man.
I need to use your phone. She'll call you back.
Who are you?
Bond, James Bond.
We hebben nu 5 James Bonds gehad, hè? Dus Sean Connery, George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton en Pierce Brosnan. Ik vind dat Pierce Brosnan wel meer in die rol aan het groeien is. Want hij is komisch, zoals Roger Moore dat ook had. Hij is, zeg maar, fysiek en soms redelijk agressief, zoals Sean Connery dat eigenlijk ook had. En hij heeft die keurige, nette Engelse uitstraling. Praat ook keurig Engels. Ik vind langzamerhand... Ik vond de vorige James Bond niet zo goed, hè, maar nu bij deze zie je dat hij nog wel een tijdje mee kan.
Bond.
Bond.
Can't you just say hello like a normal person?
It's great that you, even as being part of the audience, that you feel the different approach. That you see you're more comfortable and that there's better acting. Bond girls and, well...
No, better acting is good. Act better.
well, but you do agree. I mean...
Well, no, of course, yeah. I'm more relaxed with the role. You know, you kind of... third time's a charm, call it what you will. I heard all of this going on in the sidelines there. People saying, oh, when Connery came to his third movie, he really got it. When Roger Moore came to his third movie, he really got it. And
but does it feel that way? I've got it. I mean, I know how to do it.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it has a certain ease and charm to it now. And that's kind of maybe a dangerous place to be in. And just when you think, you know, you've got it under your belt, you know, you just, you can't be too comfortable with it.
You were expecting someone else?
You expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
They come in a variety of kinds and types. Some are physical heavies and some are intellectual challenges. Some are a combination of both. Some have a sort of a good and bad side to them, like Valentine does.
Who are you? And how did you get in? I'll call security and congratulate them. Drink? Can't you just say hello like a normal person?
Get lost.
It's so cool you can keep yogurt in your pocket. It's just fantastically cool. You get the envy of all your fellow actors who say, I hear you're in the new Bond film again, with a slight hint of bitterness, which is always good. Other people's miseries, you know, is one of life's great pleasures. But also my son and, you know, his compadres are going, you're in the new James Bond film. Did you know James Bond? You know, all that stuff. So that's nice, because I've never done anything really that my son and his pals found remotely cool, because the last big thing I did really was Cracker, and they're not interested in psychology and murders, really.
Victor Zokas, a.k.a.
Renard, the anarchist.
He was operating in Moscow in 1996, Pyongyang, North Korea before that, and he's been spotted in Afghanistan, Bosnia, Iraq, Iran, Beirut, and Cambodia.
All the romantic vacation spots.
His only goal is chaos.
After Robert came to me, I sent 009 to kill Renard. Before he completed the mission, Electra escaped. A week later, our man caught up with the target. He put a bullet in his head. That bullet's still there.
How did he survive?
The doctor who saved Renard couldn't get the bullet out, so Renard killed him. It's moving through the medulla oblongata, killing off his senses. Touch, smell, he feels no pain. He can push himself harder, longer than any normal man. The bullet will kill him, but he'll grow stronger every day until the day he dies.
I think it's an honour to take part in it. I mean, it's like in the nicest possible sense, it's like a museum piece. It's a piece of history. And this is number 19, you know, and you look at all the great actors that have played the villains through the years, Robert Shaw, Christopher Walken, you know, folk like that. It's an honour to be part of that.
You had me. But I knew you couldn't shoulder the responsibility.
The bad guys are always fun to play, and particularly in a thing like this, because this is what this is all about. It's about fun, because it's a bad guy and it's shooting and it's bombs and stuff, but 15-year-olds have to be able to come and see this as well. So, you know, you get shot, you don't see blood, and that's a comic book, and you have to have fun, and certainly playing the baddie.
Welcome to the Devil's Breath. For thousands of years, Hindu pilgrims have journeyed to this holy place to witness the wonder of the miracle of the natural flames that never die, and to test their devotion to God by holding the scalding rocks in their hands as they said their daily prayers.
Ik ben er nog niet uit of het nou een voordeel voor een actrice is om Bond-girl geweest te zijn. Al zijn er natuurlijk voorbeelden van dames die behoorlijk beroemd geworden zijn door James Bond. Kim Basinger, Ursula Andress, Jane Seymour. In deze James Bond, moet ik zeggen, zie ik voor het eerst een echt hele goede actrice een rol spelen. Maar het komt natuurlijk ook door de rol die ze toebedeeld heeft gekregen. En dat is Sophie Marceau. En ze is Frans. En ze is heel mooi. Dus misschien is dat het wel.
Renard had 3 enemies in that kidnapping. And there's still one he hasn't touched. Electra.
There's no point in living if you can't feel alive.
She's a complex character because she has different faces. She has a great power because she owns pipelines and all that. She's coming from a great family. So you have this certain image of a boss woman, you know.
My family has relied on MI6 twice, Mr. Bond. I won't make that mistake a 3rd time.
I think there's a lot of softness and femininity about her as well, because otherwise Bond wouldn't fall in love with her.
And what about you? What do you do to survive?
I take pleasure in great beauty. Sophie is a wonderful French movie star, someone who you just easy to fall in love with. Very professional.
It's all right, it's all right, it's all right. I can't stay here. You're not going to. You're not going to. Electra. I can't breathe. Electra. Electra, look at me. Look at me. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. You're all right.
I thought it was great because there's, you know, Bond, it's kind of a fantasy in a real world. And for an actor, it's fantastic because everything's possible. I haven't done anything yet. It's my 2nd day today, so I will not talk too much about it. But it's great because you can really go for it. You can really play. You can really act. You know, it's not like a realistic film, or it's a mixture of two worlds, and I think it's very rich.
Armenia, Iran, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Electra King is calling from Baku. It's on the video line. Put her on the wall screen.
I'm sorry, I would never call you, except James has disappeared. He left my villa in the middle of the night, and my head of security has been found near your local airstrip, murdered.
I'll send someone out.
Could you come? can't help thinking I'm next.
There are more women in this film, you know, women are more at the centre of it. And I just think it's a good, intriguing story, and that's what we're trying to sort out now. You know, Judi Dench has got a much larger role than she's ever had before because she's such a great actress.